What's going on, YouTube? The Creative Investor here. Do you guys know I called out SNDL at 60 cents a share? I called out SNDL January 17th before anybody was interested in the cannabis sector. So if you guys want to know about all the latest stocks that are about to blow up, before they do, this is the channel for you. But if you do not care about growing your net worth and growing your stock account, then this is not the channel for you. And it's 2021 and you guys should not be somewhere you guys do not want to be. So for those of you that are still with me, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe for me if you get anything useful out of this video. After all, it is free 99 and it helps the YouTube algorithm to push this video out to more people so we can help their portfolios as well, so they can catch the next sundial at 60 cents. Because who wouldn't want to make 600% on their investment in less than a month? Sounds like a no-brainer. Sounds like everybody would want to do that. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the top cannabis stocks I think that have more room to run. So stick with me and we're going to jump right into it. First stock we're looking at clearly is Sundial Growers, and I think the video I made January 17th aged very well. Now the price target that I had put out for Sundial Growers in that video was $3.50. So it definitely got there faster than I would have expected with all the news going on with the cannabis sector. So I personally am not buying Sundial Growers at this price, and I'm going to show you guys why. And that mainly comes down to the actual fundamentals behind the company. Now, I'm not going to say it's a bad company. I actually think it's the best cannabis company you can invest in right now. Just because, in my opinion, I think it's the best cannabis stock to buy, it doesn't mean you should FOMO into it and buy into it. Now, if you want to own the company and believe in the company, then you could put 25% at it right now. I would not be throwing any more than that at it just because the valuation is so high. I think what Sundial is valued at a almost $4 billion market cap, and the numbers they do on a quarterly basis are very, very, very bad. So they only have $15 million on their balance sheet. So odds are they're going to be raising capital soon, and that will surely have an effect on the stock price. But really, when it comes down to it, guys, it doesn't matter what happens, who they're exporting cannabis to in Europe. The only real big investors care about is if cannabis becomes federally legal. Now, if that happens, it will open a door to a whole bunch of business ventures. But until then, guys, the valuation just cannot fundamentally be supported. How's a company valued at $4 billion but has $15 million on their balance sheet? That's 15,000 times their current balance sheet. So it just doesn't make sense. But if you guys do want to own the company, I'm not bashing on it. I like the company. I called it out at 60 cents. Then by all means, go for it, buy some. But just when it goes back down to $1.50 and I'm loading up on it, you know, have some money to throw back at it. That's all I'm saying. Now, Sundial's short interest is at 17%. So if you guys know about short interest, anything over 10% during normal market times will pretty much prime a stock for a short squeeze at some point. Now, we're going to take a look and do a little bit of technical analysis on Sundial. And really what I see is it is way over the RSI. So it's way overbought. But pretty much right here, we're going to be waiting to see if it consolidates tomorrow or if it starts falling. And then if it starts falling, we need to see where it bottoms out at. If I were to guess, it's going to bottom out around this former resistance level at about $1.75. So if I were to imagine, it's going to level out around there, $1.75, $1.50, and that would be a good time to pick up more shares. That's at least my plan for right now. But expect to see some consolidation tomorrow, or it might fall tomorrow. I doubt it'll fall tomorrow. I think it'll kind of consolidate and then rip up or fall down. So just be watchful of that. It is way overstretched on the RSI. But other than that, it looks pretty good. I do keep my $3.50 price target on Sundial Growers, meaning if you bought in under $1, like when I recommended it, then I would be taking some profits if you have not already. But nevertheless, it's not a bad company to own, but at its current valuation, I would rather buy this next company we're going to talk about. Now guys, the second company I'm talking about is Aura Cannabis, and this is a longer running company than Sundial Growers, and in my opinion, financially, fundamentally is a better value than Sundial. Sundial has less capital expenses, but Aura Cannabis is a bigger company and potentially would be better capitalized to penetrate the US market. Aura Cannabis has a $3 billion market cap, whereas Sundial Growers has a $4 billion market cap. So Sundial Growers is worth $1 billion more than Aura Cannabis, and this is where I just do not agree with. And to add some validity to my statements, because I know most of you guys are probably going to like Sundial Growers more because it has the potential to go up more because it is a smaller, cheaper stock. More people can buy shares in, and more people, it gets more recognition because it's a penny stock. But if we look at the balance sheet and we look at quarterly, so last quarter in September, they reported $100 million on their balance sheet, guys. This is much better than Sundial's $15 million on their balance sheet. But like I said, Sundial Growers has less capital expenses than Aura Cannabis, so it's kind of like a trade-off. But I like to look at the total assets is 2.08 billion. So that would basically be facilities, anything related to their business, all that put together. Total assets, 2.08 billion. And then if we look at the total liabilities, 454 million. So that's very, very good. And current liabilities is 172 million. So they are 4 times. So they have basically a 25% debt to income ratio, or debt to asset level. So that is very good. Taking a look at Aura Cannabis short interest, we are at 26%. So this is much higher than Sundial's 14%, and this is surely prime for a short squeeze on some magnitude or another. This will not be the GameStop short squeeze that maybe some people are hoping for. It's just not the case, but we could see a pretty significant short squeeze. And as you guys can see, Aura Cannabis has been climbing in after hours the whole time I've been making this video. And just my opinions, I'm going to be buying the January 2022 leaps because I want as much time as possible, even though I think it will go crazy and I would make more in the short term. I think for the premium you're going to pay, it's a lot better to get more time. See, this March 5th $30 call is $184, or you can go out to January, the $35 is $525. So it's signaling a bigger move, shorter, closer, less time, and more time you get longer for the same move. It's all going to be about taking profits and not holding these the whole time. Depending on the level and if cannabis does go on the ballot, that will add a lot of momentum to the stock. But if Aura Cannabis is going to go back to this bubble territory, it is going to take a while to do that. Like you can see from November 3rd up until January 19th of 2018. So about 4 months it took for the stock to go from $26 to $130. So that's more or less what I'm expecting. And that's why I want more time on it, because, you know, just a couple weeks or even a day sometimes can make the difference between making a lot and losing a lot. So that's my thesis behind it. I think we'll get some level of this going on, 2017, 2018 cannabis bubble to a certain extent. I think $70 would be a stretch, but I think definitely these lower type support, old support consolidation levels would be reasonable. $30-$40 I think is definitely reasonable. This 45 level, I think we could see the 45 level within, who knows these days, couple weeks. That's where it's hard to time these things. I'm not trying to time these things. I'm trying to be early. I'm trying to let you guys know early and how to play them to profit from them. So if you are playing options, then I would get more time. I would do leaps. I would do at least July. At least get the July-August contracts at this point for the valuation. The premiums have not gone too high yet, which is very surprising. Actually, they're actually pretty reasonable premiums. Some of these dates are kind of lower, so you don't have an option to go out to like the 40 strike. It's only the 30. So look at the June. Yeah, I think these 30s, 450s, decent if that's how you want to play it. I think the more time, the better. If you have the disposable, say $500, I think you're way better off doing this than going short term. Guys, getting into the technical analysis, we can see it is slightly overbought on the RSI line, but our last real resistance level was around $13, $12 to $13. But what I see is a support level being formed around the $15 range. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's a bad idea to get into Aorta Cannabis right now. I think if this does come down, it's gonna be coming down to around the $15 mark, and the higher it does run, the more it does run. If it runs to $25, I think it's very realistic that it would settle around the $20 mark and consolidate out, even though I think it's going to be a gradual uptrend with slight consolidations leading to another uptrend. So that is my thesis behind it, and if you guys appreciate that and appreciate the hard work that goes into making these videos, and if you just get anything useful from them, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe for me. I greatly appreciate it. And until next time, guys, I will see you later. Peace out.